on a search to find the best of the best in kitchens across America.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
We're on the banks of the Ohio River, where a cutting-edge chef shows us how his Mediterranean wine bar revitalized an entire neighborhood, making his dishes 3 of America's best bites.
I'm Madeleine and we're here in the Queen City on the banks of the Ohio River. Cincinnati is one of the oldest Midwest towns, and when it comes to food, this city is known for much more than its famous chili. Tourists know downtown Cincinnati for its historically rich architecture and vibrant food scene.
We're kind of crazy about restaurants and dining here, and it shows, and it's always been that way.
But recently, the food scene is expanding north of the downtown business district and into the Over-the-Rhine neighborhood.
We've got an eclectic mix of global cuisine, just all kinds of things, more than most people would imagine.
100 years ago, this neighborhood was the richest neighborhood in Cincinnati. It was just beautiful, the life of downtown.
If you look at cities anywhere around the country, a lot of the areas that have kind of gone downhill used to be gorgeous, gorgeous city centers.
The Over-the-Rhine neighborhood is now the center of the culinary map, thanks in part to Chef Dan Wright.
I think if you're going to open a restaurant and you really want to, you want to entertain people, and it's kind of an extension of your home.
He's unapologetically sure of what he wants to do. I love that about him.
Chef Dan had a vision that he would completely invigorate a neighborhood, and he would do it through his cooking.
People embraced the idea of this neighborhood coming back. Historically, there was a lot of great stuff that had gone on. It had the ability to have some really great restaurants.
He just felt like it's only going to go up from here. I needed to support him.
Which led him and his wife Lana to open their first restaurant.
There was a lot of people that looked at this weird to want to open a gourmet hot dog restaurant in essentially a neighborhood that was considered, kind of the hood.
So many people doubted us. It was really hard at first.
And, it turned out to be a really good thing.
When they first bought the place, it really was a not desired part of town to open any new business.
Dan took a chance, created this incredible restaurant. People embraced it immediately.
Charcuterie and a tuna. Hold on. Step aside, son.
After his massive success, Chef Dan and Lana decided to start another restaurant right next door. They opened Abigail Street, a Mediterranean wine bar that's close to his heart and her Jordanian heritage.
When they brought that restaurant to that neighborhood, they really started driving traffic to a neighborhood that really didn't get it before.
What I think makes our restaurant successful is it's not just a restaurant, there's a love story behind it.
My wife and I had met in Chicago. Part of the reason that we wound up falling in love is that we had worked at this Mediterranean restaurant.
They're really perfect together, and they both are very driven and focused on making a great restaurant.
She had run the front of the house and I had run the back of the house.
So when I first met him, he actually had a tattoo on his arm in Arabic.
Here's this white guy who's cooking Mediterranean food, and she's like, I'm kind of into him.
I remember first taking him home to my family, and my mom, she would say, like, you know how to cook tabbouleh? And she was just really impressed with him.
It didn't take long for the rest of the city to fall for Chef Dan and his Abigail Street menu.
I love the really innovative and interesting dishes that are offered.
Love everything that Dan and Lana put out. You can really tell that they have a passion for the food.
It has something that no other restaurant really offers in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati local Ryan Adams says his hometown has been completely transformed, thanks in part to Chef Dan and his 2 restaurants.
What do you think it is about Chef Dan that, makes him stand out in this area?
Dan was one of the first guys to invest in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
He came here when it was down on its heels, and he kind of grew with the neighborhood as it sort of has gotten gradually better and better.
Having good restaurants and a great place to eat and feeling like it's this great community is probably the front runners to why the neighborhoods come back.
The Over-the-Rhine neighborhood is now bustling with activity, thanks in part to Chef Dan's Abigail Street restaurant. And here he serves 3 of America's best bites. Chef Dan's wild imagination shines in his wood-grilled octopus dish. It's perfectly charred and served over a bed of smooth, creamy hummus. To give it a little kick, he adds crumbled merguez sausage, and the fried chickpeas are the perfect garnish.
It's great with the hummus and the merguez sausage, and then you've got this grilled octopus. It's fantastic.
Combination of flavors, especially with the sausage, it just really brings it together.
The ahi tuna Napoleon showcases Chef Dan's bold spirit. The small diced pieces of tuna are infused with sesame and chili oil, and then layered between phyllo dough that he's brushed with brown butter.
Tuna is fantastic.
Has very good spice to it.
And nothing says home like Chef Dan's tagine. The warmth of the squash combined with the hearty cauliflower oozes comfort. It has a hint of sweetness from the raisins and dates, but the Razo Hunut spice blend gives the dish its Mediterranean flavor. And to top it all off, it's served over a mound of fluffy couscous.
So different. It's very good. The presentation is really cool.
A little bit of spice, but really very mild, and the vegetables have a little bit of a crunch, so it's really nice.
The dishes exemplify the spirit of Abigail Street, and that it's very much about family and community.
Chef Dan's connection to the Cincinnati community is inspiring. And coming up, we plunge into 3 dishes that have everyone flocking to Abigail Street, here in Cincinnati, Ohio.